Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode. Hey everybody, Charlie Jewett here with the Renovating Retirement Podcast. It is almost time for the Super Bowl. I'm trying to get this out to you guys for those of you who don't want to watch the Super Bowl or just want to have something to do later today afterwards or possibly even next week. Now, commercials for the Super Bowl are up incredibly in how much they cost. Let's just do a search. Super Bowl commercials. Super Bowl commercial costs, right? I saw some articles on this. The price is up slightly, so it went up a little bit from last year. Last year it was $5.2 million and $1 million more than the cost to air a commercial during the 2014 Super Bowl. So that's interesting. So from 2014 to last year, it was $1 million more. Just over a decade, that price, blah, blah, blah. It looks like it used to be $2.69 million. You know, what's it going to cost today? Super Bowl 2018 commercial cost $5 million for 30 seconds. So we're roughly $5 million or whatever for a 30-second commercial. So the prices for that and almost everything else in the world are going up on us. Although, thank God, the gas prices are down a little bit now. That's awesome sauce. But one thing that's just not going up in price is taxes, at least not short term. So taxes are low right now, not just low historically. You can go to charliespictures.com, CHARLIES pictures.com. Both are plural. Well, one's actually not plural, Charlie's. It's not that there's several of me. I don't even know what you call that in grammar. I wasn't good at English, even though I like to speak. Charlie's, that's possessive, right? Like belongs to me. And then pictures, that's plural. .com, you'll get to my Instagram. And on my Instagram, you can see I've posted a picture of the historical marginal tax rates. Marginal tax rates means what you pay on the top dollar. So if you made $122,000 last year, it's what you'd make on the $123rd dollar. If you made $52,000 last year, it's what you'd make on the, $52,001. I don't know if I said the first one right, but you get the idea. What you're going to make or what you're going to pay on the next dollar, what taxes you'll pay on the next dollar. So when you go to charliespictures.com, you can scroll down, ignore my dating pictures. Should probably take those off, but hey, that's what I look like. And it is, maybe I didn't post it. This show is live like teppanyaki. I just cook in front of you. Nope, it's down there. So it's under a picture of some eggs on my screen and next to a picture of a flower. You'll see these ziggly lines that kind of look like a heartbeat. Historical marginal tax rates for the highest and lowest wage earners. And you can see that we've been very, very low. We were low even before Trump changed things. And now Trump put taxes on sale for the next 7 years. So between now and 2025, taxes are lower. We're going to talk about some numbers, but I just interviewed David McKnight. And this is kind of a follow-up to my interview with David McKnight about his movie, The Power of Zero. The tax train is coming. And one of the things I asked him is, after interviewing all of the experts in the, economy, well, I shouldn't say all of the experts. After interviewing all of the experts he did for that movie, which is a spectacular movie, I think you should all see it. The Power of Zero, The Tax Train is Coming. You can search for that on the internet. I believe it might be hard to see until after April 21st, but after April 21st, which is my birthday, hey, you can actually buy it and watch it on Hulu and Netflix and things like that. But I asked David McKnight because he said taxes are the lowest that you'll ever see in your lifetime, basically no matter what age you are. And I said, really, what are the probabilities of that? And he said greater than 98%. Well, investing is all about probabilities. And we want to pay for things when they are cheap. When things go on sale, we pay for them. So if taxes are on sale for the next 7 years, now is when you may want to consider paying taxes and getting it over with so that you don't have to pay later on if the IRS is going to raise tax rates. If your income goes up with inflation, you'll be in a higher tax bracket. If you make mistakes like paying off your home, you're going to have lower deductions in retirement. Pay off your home, kids move out, and you're not putting money in IRAs and 401ks. That's a triple whammy for not having deductions. So if you have higher income due to inflation, and then the IRS raises taxes, and you have lower deductions than you've ever had, you're going to be receiving the lowest amount of your retirement assets as you can and paying the most taxes. So we don't want to do that. Let's do a basic review of what we call the seed versus the harvest. The pitch has always been postpone taxes to a later date when you will be in a lower tax bracket, and all CPAs and tax preparers and financial advisors just say it like they're robots. You know what I mean? Let's postpone taxes to a later date when you'll be in a lower tax bracket. That's what my boss told me to say. I've never checked and done my own research to see if it makes sense or not. Itty bitty 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 bitty. I don't know if you guys remember Buck Rogers. Itty bitty 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 bitty. I grew up on those weird shows. Three's Company, Gilligan's Island, Buck Rogers. I'm dating myself. That sounds creepy. No, I'm not. I just watched a lot of TV as a kid. I love you, Mom. I still enjoy TV. We're a movie family. We love to see movies. Am I talking about finances? I'm absolutely not. I'm talking about my entertainment choices, and it's time to get off that. Back to the taxes. 2 types of seed. Okay, seed versus the harvest. Douglas Andrews, when he trained me in 2005, said, would you rather pay tax on the seed or on the harvest? Meaning, would you rather pay tax on the $6,000 contribution you put into an IRA? You pay taxes once and get it over with, or let that grow for 30 years tax deferred, and then when you're taking out enough to live on because you've quit your job and you need income, so you're taking out $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 a year, or whatever the required minimum distribution forces you to take out. It's always bigger than your contribution, so it's not going to be $6,000. It's going to be $20, $30, $40,000 a year for 30 years. Which would you prefer to pay taxes on? The small one, $6,000? Or the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, which is very basic understanding of numbers. Pay tax on the small one. So if the tax rates are going to be exactly the same, pay tax on the small one. Now, if you're going to have less deductions later than you have now, so if you have a mortgage now and your plan is to pay it off by retirement, which I think is a mistake. I've done a ton of materials on that, books, videos on watchcharlie.com. There's a book on my website you can get for free called The 2 Ways to Be Debt Free. There's 6 or 7 episodes on the podcast about home equity planning and why you shouldn't pay off a house. But if your plan is to not have a mortgage in retirement and you have one now, and taxes stayed exactly the same, you're still going to be in a higher tax bracket during retirement. So you certainly wouldn't want to pay higher taxes on a higher number. Why not pay them today? Lower taxes on a lower number. And we're not even talking about whether the IRS increases taxes. So if you're paying taxes on the higher number, the $30,000 of income versus the $6,000 contribution, and you have less deductions when that happens, and the IRS raises taxes, which David McKnight says there's a 98% chance is going to happen, possibly even doubling taxes, we really want to reconsider whether postponing taxes until that time makes sense, or have we just swallowed the pill of traditional advice, traditional wisdom that has not changed with the times, which is what I think is going on. I think people are just using old, outdated advice and trusting their advisors, and the advisors have not done their job to do the research and find out that, no, the advice needs to change when all the data changes. When our country is headed to a place where we need to double taxes, probably don't want to postpone them to a later date. So would you rather pay tax on the seed or the harvest? Most people, even before Trump put taxes on sale, used to say the seed. We say, okay, great. Let's use Roth IRA, municipal bonds, and cash value life insurance instead of 401ks and IRAs, because those are the only 3 tools where you can pay taxes today, get it over with, and then postpone it and have tax-free income later on. Now, I want to get into comparing tax brackets just a little bit, and also talk about high-income earners, and then possibly like what to do. It doesn't matter what. You don't have to be a high-income earner to understand what I'm about to say, but the tax brackets, okay, between 2017 and 2019. Now, why am I saying that? I'm recording this in 2019 in January, and last year's over. We can't do anything about last year, but I want to look at what changed and prove that taxes are on sale. So I want to go back before Trump changed the taxes to 2017. So in 2017, just an example, up to $75,900 was taxed at 10 or 15%. So the first 1865 was 10%. The next, from 1865 to 75.9 was at 15%. Well, in 2019, because they're up a little bit for inflation from 2018, you could make up to $78,900, almost 80 grand, and you're still only in the 12% tax bracket. So, just dirty math here. You used to pay like $1,800 plus $8,500. That's about $10,300 or $10,400 for the first $76,000 roughly of income. Now you can have about $79,000, and you're only paying like $9,100. You know what I mean? So there's a discount there, and that continues. So it used to be in 2017 that you could make up to about $153,000, and some of it was at 10%, some of it was at 15%, and some of it was at 25%. Make sure you guys understand. Jumping into a new tax bracket doesn't mean every dollar is taxed at 25% or whatever. It's just you move up through the brackets. The first 19.4 is now taxed at 10. The next, however much that is, I can't do that math that fast in my head. It's roughly $59,000 is taxed at 12%. Then the next chunk is taxed at 22%. It's progressive. You move through them. Moving into another tax bracket does not raise the taxes on all the dollars you've made, which is what makes tax deductions so important, because you're lowering your top income, which is the income you're charged the highest amount on. But back to these brackets, comparing 2019 to 2017, in 2019 you can make up to like 168 grand, 168,400, and some of it's at 10, some's at 12, some's at 22%. Well, it used to be only up to 153, and some was at 25, 15, and 10. So basically, what Trump did was increase how much you can make in each bracket and then lower the amount you're paying on several of these brackets. Lower the top bracket from 39.6 down to 37. So anybody making over 612,351 is now getting a 2.6% discount, which is kind of awesome. What I want to do, because I want to talk about Roth conversions and how do you utilize the next 7 years. When things are on sale, that's when you want to pay for them. Nobody likes paying taxes, but you can't get around that. You just have to pay them now or pay them later. So this conversation we're having through this podcast, I'm a lonely man. I have one-way conversations almost every day. That's all right. I love you guys anyway. And when I'm done recording, I listen to myself and it sounds like I'm having a conversation. Weirdo. Anyway. What it means is that if you have money in IRAs and 401ks, more than you should, which I can talk about in a minute. Basically, David McKnight talked about with the standard deduction. You can probably have $300,000 to $350,000 in not yet taxed IRAs and 401ks when you retire, and just your standard deduction will cleanse all the taxes you're going to get on that anyway. So you don't have to convert everything inside of your IRAs and 401ks unless you have a pension. I'll try to get back to that. But let's just talk about the opportunity you have over the next 7 years. Pretend you're a high-income earner. This does not only apply to high-income earners, same exact idea for those of you that aren't earning these types of money, but I want to talk about a high-income earner, somebody making, maxing out the 24% tax bracket in 2019. So if you make $321,450 of taxable income, exactly $321,450 of taxable income, here's what you would have paid in 2017, and here's what you would have paid in the new taxes are on sale Trump tax discount environment that he changed in 2018 and exists until the end of 2025. So we have 7 full years at the recording of this, minus 1 month, because I said January earlier. It's actually February. Super Bowl day. It's February 3rd. So if you had taxable income of $321,450 in 2017, the total tax on that would have been $81,295.83 if I've done my math properly. So about $81,000. In 2019, so if you're sitting here April of 2020, baby, that's the time to see clearly. 2020, haha, get it, love it, puns. If you are paying taxes next April on your income for 2019 and you made exactly, you had a taxable income of $321,450, if I've done my math correctly, you're paying about $65,000, 65.5. So you went from, $81,295 to $65,500 basically. That's a significant discount. Now you can take that discount today and just go yay and go party and go on a lot of vacations. Or you can just say, why don't I get a divorce from the IRS? Why don't I use the fact that for the next 7 years, taxes are on sale? I can make this smoking high income, pay less taxes. Well, how do I convert some of my IRAs or 401ks or whatever to Roth IRA, pay the taxes now and get it over with so that I'm never taxed again? Let me get myself into a 0% tax bracket, because if the government decides to double taxes, 2 times 0 is still 0. So I just asked myself, what's $81,295 minus $65,500? So how much is the tax discount? Therefore, how much more income could we have? How much IRA could we convert, even if it bumps me into the 32% tax bracket? So the next tax bracket, above $321,451 of income, the next tax bracket in 2019 is 32%. So even at 32%, 22 and 24 are really good rates. Like, my belief that taxes will be higher than that later is 100%. 32%, I think taxes will be higher than that as well, but it's still a pretty good deal. Even at 32%, you could convert an IRA of about $50,000. It's $49,371, and who really cares if 600 and whatever dollars is taxed at 35% and you convert 50,000? You could convert about 50,000 each year for the next 7 years. So $350,000 of your IRA or 401k money can be converted to Roth IRA. You pay the taxes and get it over with. When you convert an IRA of 50 grand, it adds 50 grand of income to your taxable income this year. But because of the discount you're getting, I'm basically saying spend the discount. Pay the same taxes you would have in 2019 to get a divorce from the IRS so that you never have to pay taxes on the seed ever again. And some of you, if your income's not $321,000, $451,000, which I know a lot of people, your income's not that high, some of you literally could be converting $100,000 a year of IRAs or $150,000 of IRA money and paying the same exact tax as you did in 2017. So let me talk about the two different types of seed, because remember I taught on the seed versus the harvest? There's two different types of seed in your life. There's the contributions that you're making should you continue to fund or put money into IRAs and postpone taxes to a later date on a monthly basis. Say you're doing $200 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month into an IRA. Or maybe it's an unmatched 401k, 403b, 457, anything where you get the deduction this year and you're postponing taxes to a later date. If you're getting 100 cents match on the 401k, all advisors think you should do that, and I agree. So if it's up to 6% of your income, they match 100 cents on the dollar. Awesome, keep doing that. It beats the higher taxes later anyway to just get the free money. But if you're being matched on the first 6% and you're putting in like 15% of your income, you may not want to do that. You may want to drop it to 6 and pay taxes on the rest, get it over with, and buy muni bonds, Roth IRA, or cash value life insurance. Go listen to all my other episodes, or go to watchcharlie.com and watch the video on increase accounts part 2. So one type of seed is the contributions you're making. Maybe you want to reconsider stopping contributions to IRAs and unmatched retirement plans at work. The other type of seed you have in your life is your existing 401k, 457, 403b, and IRA balances. Money that you've already put into pre-tax accounts. There's nothing you can do about that besides Roth conversions. And you have the next 7 years where taxes are on sale to do those Roth conversions. If you want help with that, knowing how much to convert, taking a look at your brackets and your income, your deductions, whether you're going to have a pension, which I'll talk about in a second. If you want help with any of that, just get in touch with me. Charlie@jewettwealth.com, CHARLIE at JEWETT.com, or 888-285-2268. If you missed those, look at the bottom left-hand side of most podcast players, and there's a little circle with an arrow to the left that says 10 or 30 or whatever. That means go back 10 seconds, go back 30 seconds, and you just go back and replay this. All right, so we compared the tax brackets. We've talked about the two types of seed. The only thing I want to say now is talk about pensions. So yes, David McKnight's rule of thumb, and I agree with him, is that since the standard deduction is probably, plus what used to be the personal exemption, even after 2025, we both kind of feel it's going to be in that $20,000 to $25,000 a year range. You can handle having, $300,000, $350,000 in pre-tax accounts, and then what you take out as income will be offset by the standard deduction and personal exemption or whatever we have after 2025. So that's probably fine, except for people that have pensions. If you're going to have pension income, which is the only income we can't get rid of taxes on, basically, we can't get out of it by tax planning. You can't Roth conversion your pension, right? I know people with pensions of like $10,500 a month. Those types of people probably don't want any money in IRAs or 401ks. They probably want to do Roth conversions on the entire balance and not leave $300,000 or $350,000 in their accounts. So if you have pensions coming in your life, definitely we need to talk. Charlie@jewettwealth.com, CHARLIE at JEWETT.com, or 888-285-2268. If you have more than $300,000 to $300,000 in your IRAs or 401ks, or will by the time you retire, we should definitely talk. And other than that, we should definitely talk, just because I love you guys and I could be very helpful. Get in touch, Charlie@jewettwealth.com, or 888-285-2268. And I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl, but taxes are on sale for 7 years. And then for the next 30 to 50 to 70 years, you'll probably never see taxes lower than they're going to be in the next 7 years. So my suggestion is, let's talk about that. Let's take advantage of that. Let's pay taxes while they're cheap, just like the way we buy anything else when it's on sale. I think you guys are awesome. I think you people are the best. And I live in California, so go Rams.
Renovating. Retirement. With Charlie Jewett.
But that's all, folks.